I wrote a journal just for you, my nurse friend. Hi, I'm Katie. We'll get into that later. I wanted to jump on and just talk about my ABC blueprint that I have for self-care, navigating burnout, overwhelm, and stress. I've been a pediatric nurse for 25 years, and so I've learned a thing or two about being burnt out, being stressed, being overwhelmed, putting too much on my plate. So let's start with the A. And the reason why I like ABC is because we all know the ABCs of CPR, but this is not airway, breathing, circulation. The A is to assess your life. We are so good at assessing our patients. It's what we do every shift, every 8 hours. If you accept a new admission, you assess your patient, right? But how do you assess your life? Well, you can do that in my journal. It's answering questions like, how am I feeling today? What do I want to accomplish today, right? We all have to-do lists. We get overwhelmed with it. One of the tips that I like to give to my clients and to myself is at the end of the day or the end of the week, you can ask yourself 3 questions. What went well today? Or what went well this week? Number 2, what didn't go so well today? What didn't go so well this week? And then number 3, what could I do to make tomorrow or next week better? And when I say better, it's not that you're bad. I mean, what could I do to help me get closer to all of my hopes and dreams and goals? I am filming this first week of March, and they say that by mid-February, like 85% of people have given up on their New Year's resolutions. So what, they spend the next 10 and a half months not doing anything towards their hopes and dreams and goals. And then the next New Year's comes, and what happens? They have the same New Year's resolutions. We beat ourselves up when we don't achieve our hopes and dreams and goals because we think we're a failure. No. The problem is that there's that gap between what you say you want and the thing that you want. And in the middle, that gap is what it takes to get there. If you want to lose the 25 pounds, if you want to meet someone, if you want to move, if you want to ask for a promotion, right? Whatever it may be, you may say, I want to lose the 25 pounds by Memorial Day weekend. But are you eating better? Are you exercising? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you staying hydrated? So if you're not doing any of that and you're still living the same life, not changing anything that you do, when Memorial Day comes and you haven't lost the 25 pounds, it's no one's fault but your own in a loving way. It's not that you're a failure. You knew you couldn't do it. Nothing worked. You didn't do the steps it took to get you there. Okay, let's jump onto the B. I'm going to make this video nice and short. The B in my ABC blueprint for navigating burnout is boundaries. I could talk about this all day long. I want you to picture a friend that you have and their pool, right? This spring is coming and I feel like the warmer weather is coming, so we can start thinking about being in that bathing suit, being out by a pool. If you have a pool, the law here in New Jersey is that you have to have a fence around your pool to protect little people, other people, animals from getting into your pool. So a lot of people will have that fence around their backyard, and then maybe they have another fence around the pool and it's locked and you have to learn how to open the lock to get in, right? It protects people from getting in, little children, animals, to prevent devastating effects. With our hearts and our minds as nurses and healthcare providers, we don't have that fence, right? So we just let everybody in. I always say that when I started as a nurse 25 years ago, I jumped headfirst into the deep end. And then all of a sudden you may find yourself floundering, looking for a life raft, not knowing what to do because we haven't set up boundaries. How do you set up boundaries, Katie? Use the power of the pause. And it looks like this. Let's say your next shift, your boss approaches you, you're already stressed. This is your 3rd out of 3 in a row. If you know, you know. And your boss says, could you please come in tomorrow? We already had 2 sick calls. We're going to be short. Please. And your gut is like, no, I have a hair appointment. I want a mani-pedi. I'm going food shopping. I have the dentist. And your brain is like, well, the money would be nice. I could do it. I'll just bang out another shift. And you find yourself saying yes. And then what happens? You complain to everybody around you that you said yes and you didn't want to say yes. The power of the pause looks like this. Your boss approaches you. Please, 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 please come in tomorrow. Take a deep breath. And you say, thank you so much for asking me. I'm going to have to look at my schedule and see if that works for me. And I'll get back to you by the end of the day, within the next hour, whatever it is. And then the ball is back in your court. The power is back in your court. Because if you can imagine someone approaching you, wanting something of you, I almost feel like you then feel cornered by them, right? Like they approach you, please, 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 please come in tomorrow, please. And you feel cornered and you feel like you have no power. When you take the power of the pause, you take control back. And then an hour later, end of the shift, you can come back to your boss with a clearer mind. And you can either say, hey, yeah, sure, I know I'll be tired if it's really what you want to make that extra money. Or you can say, I really appreciate you asking me. I wish I could help out. It's just not going to work out for me this time. But definitely ask me next time, because you know there'll be a next time, right? Let's get to C of the ABCs of navigating burnout. Call for help. What does that mean? We don't have like an internal call bell or external call bell on us that we can like ring when we need help. When I lived in my apartment for 9 years, it was on the second story where I lived, and I would come home from food shopping, and my neighbor Gregory, who was retired, I'd see him, he would be coming out, going for a walk, getting the mail, and he would see me, and I would put all the bags on my arms. This is when we still had plastic bags in New Jersey at the food store, and I would be like, I am making it upstairs in one trip. So I would have like 5 bags on this side, a couple bags on this side. If I had paper towels or toilet paper, those were staying in the car till later. But I was making it up in one trip. And Gregory, my neighbor, would say, Katie, can I help you? And I would say, no, Gregory, I got it. And he'd be like, let me get the door. Okay, fine, thank you, right? Make it up the stairs, sweating, get to the top of the stairs, open the door, and then drop all the bags on the kitchen floor, hoping I didn't crack my eggs, which nowadays are so expensive. But why did I do that to myself? I'd look down and have all these marks on my arms. I didn't ask for help. Why? I didn't want to be seen as weak. I didn't want to inconvenience him. He was asking me if I needed help. Many times when people are asking if you need help, they really mean it, right? I mean, you may have that outlier that asks for help, that asks you if you need help, but never ends up helping. But 9 times out of 10, I find when people want to help, they really do want to help. As a nurse and a healthcare provider, as a caretaker, when people say, can I help you? Right, like your coworker, hey, can I prime those IV fluids for you? That would be amazing, right? That would be awesome. Or I work in a pediatric same-day surgery unit. One of my patients needs morphine. The other patient is vomiting. Someone says to me, Katie, how about I get your patient some morphine while you're dealing with your patient that's vomiting? Thank you so much, right? Why do we think we all have to do it all on our own? We don't. We weren't meant to do this life alone. So those are my ABCs of navigating burnout, overwhelm, stress. I have a free mini self-care boot camp coming up. I will put in the link below. I will put the information, and then you can follow me everywhere at Katie Carroll Coaching. I wanted to really start redoing my YouTube channel with some videos for my nurses, caretakers, healthcare providers, because this is my jam. I've learned after 25 years, if I don't fill up my cup first, then I am of no use to anybody else. Also, my journal is available on Amazon. I will also put that link in the description below. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world.